Many believe that the Megalodon is long dead, just a giant shark that went extinct millions of years ago. But the ocean is vast and mostly unexplored. The idea of a ginormous predatory shark lurking in the depths isn't out of the realm of possibility. What if this massive predator isn't as extinct as we thought? These are unsettling sightings of the Megalodon that have scientists concerned. Good lord, look at the size of this thing. This might be one of the most incredible pieces of shark footage that I've ever seen. I mean, if that's not a Megalodon, I don't know what is. Of course, it's not actually a Meg, but the Megalodon connection isn't really that far off. This is a blunt-nosed Sixgill, an ancient shark species that was swimming around before most dinosaurs even came about, so that's pretty cool. This video was shared to YouTube by oceanic, who managed to tag the monster from a submersible. This was the first time that had ever been done. Now, until this moment, they were only able to tag them by bringing them to the surface first. Next up, we've got an incredible sighting of a gigantic Sixgill shark that was caught on video. Footage shared by Hurl's Sub Ops on YouTube showcases a dive off the coast of Molokai, Hawaii. Now, take note of the two red dots that they're shining on the shark. Those are used to determine the length of the animal. The dots are 6 inches apart, and while that may not seem like a lot at first, again, put it into perspective here. Those dots take up just a small fraction of the shark's full length. This behemoth was estimated to be around 18 feet long, 3 times the height of an average adult. And if you think that's impressive, just look at how thick and muscular the shark is. The parts of the video where the shark is up close is pretty unsettling, but it looks even more impressive as it swims away. It really puts its full size into perspective. Take a look. I'm just very glad that we live on land. Coming in next is an image that caused quite a stir amongst shark fanatics, the infamous Megalodon Lives photo. This image was featured in a Megalodon documentary on the Discovery Channel. It appears to show a ginormous shark gliding through the water off the coast of South Africa. Now, at first glance, it looks so big you'd probably think it was a whale. Some people even thought it could be 2 sharks swimming together, but no, that's not the case. This is one animal. The distance between the fin and the mass of the shark closer to the camera apparently measures in at 47 feet. Not sure how true that is, but I mean, if that is the case, then that's nuts. To put that into context, that's almost the length of a sperm whale. Just imagine swimming in the ocean and seeing something that colossal swimming alongside you, and then finding out it's a shark. A shark like that may make you want to rethink your next beach outing. Now let's talk about deep blue. Deep blue is considered one of the largest great white sharks ever recorded, measuring in at 20 feet and weighing over 4,400 pounds. Sounds like a terrifying beast of an animal, but as it turns out, this shark is a gentle giant of sorts, known for being very calm and friendly. To humans anyway. I'm sure the fish she eats don't feel the same way about her. In a now famous video captured off the coast of Mexico in 2014, Deep Blue is seen gracefully swimming near researchers in Hawaii, and it's a pretty breathtaking video. Watching this massive creature glide through the water is kind of mesmerizing. The footage went viral in 2015. What's even more amazing than Deep Blue herself is how chill the people in the cage are. And even crazier is a diver on top of the cage who just watches as this real-life Jaws monster swims right past his face. And he watches her like she's just a dolphin. It is worth noting again that Deep Blue has never been known to attack humans, but there's a first time for everything. Take a look at this beast. This is a rather famous photo of a creature dubbed the Albany Shark. Just terrifying, especially because we have people right beside it to put it into perspective. They're a little further away from the camera than the shark is, but not by much. This shark could easily fit like 3 or 4 of those people in its mouth. Caught in 1975 by Colin Ossel, who was working for the fisheries department in Albany, this shark weighed in at a jaw-dropping 3,300 pounds. Ossel was no strange to shark fishing. He'd caught plenty of great whites before, but this one was obviously on a whole other level. Catching this thing was no easy task either, as you can imagine. Ossel used a wire snare to reel in the beast, and it took him about half an hour to get it out of the water. At one point, the shark was so strong it lifted the boat up out of the water at a nearly 15-degree angle. Now, why was he hunting the shark in the first place? Well, the goal was to thin out their population to help the local seal population grow. Speaking of massive-sized shark photos though, take a look at this one here. This jaw-dropping image was captured by a surfer during a competition near San Clemente during the San Onofre Surf Club's annual event. A massive great white shark showed up. Photographer Jordan Anist snapped the perfect shot just as a surfer rode a wave, completely oblivious to this massive monster shark breaching the water behind him. At first, Anist mistook the giant creature for a dolphin, thinking to himself like, damn, it's a big dolphin, and then proceeded to have a heart attack. He didn't. I would have though. Despite how terrifying this thing is, the shark does have a bit of a happy presence about it, doesn't it? It's the way the fins are turned up like someone just showed up with a cake. The giant shark footage. This video shows a large ripple in the water as a large creature moves below the surface. Then the camera pans down to reveal an enormous shark cruising through the water. It's hard to believe how truly massive it is. The camera just keeps panning and panning across this massive shark body, effortlessly gliding through the water. What's nuts is that this shark creates such a powerful ripple in the water, and its fin isn't even poking out of the top. The ripple looks like it was caused by the boat, not a creature. Without seeing the shark at the end, that's probably what you'd think. Megalodon swims beside U-boats. This is a pretty dubious one, but it's got a really entertaining backstory, so I figured I'd include. Supposedly, this is a megalodon, or at least a very large shark, swimming alongside German U-boats. The image showed up in a very controversial documentary about the megalodon. The eerie image shows two U-boats navigating the waters off Cape Town, South Africa, with a massive fin rising above the surface nearby. And according to the claims, it's a colossal 64-foot creature, which would be on the higher end of the scale of a megalodon's length. Now, most experts have determined that this image is doctored, but if this photo were genuine and had somehow been hidden for decades, it would completely alter our understanding of marine life. The Mariana Trench Meg. This footage, shared by Deep Sea Oddities on YouTube, was recorded by a Japanese marine biology study about a mile underwater in the Mariana Trench. And holy, this may be the most frightening looking shark I've ever seen, probably. Not because of its size, although don't worry, that is very much a factor here, but its appearance. This thing looks like a zombie shark. It's an undead shark. And it gets so close to the camera too, like too close. Hard not to cringe a little as it gets up to the camera. The footage shows this shark moving toward a baited cage, and it really puts things into perspective. The creature just dwarfs it. It certainly doesn't look like it's been missing any meals. Next up, we have footage of a gigantic shark swimming beside a research vessel, captured on TikTok in 2021 by marine biodiversity student Alex Albrecht. The clip shows a massive shark gliding alongside the ship off the coast of Massachusetts. When you compare the size of the shark to the students watching from the safety of the ship, it becomes clear just how gigantic this creature is and how glad you are that these students are in the safety of a ship. Albrecht filmed the shark from way up in the ship's mast as well, so the scale is even more impressive than it appears on camera. You can hear someone jokingly asking if it's a megalodon, and honestly, I'm not even sure if they were joking. And finally, we have the legendary Hornet Breach footage, which is an absolute must-see for any shark fan. This is a video of a truly enormous great white shark as it launches itself out of the water. So a crew had set out to sea, with one of them being towed in a cage submerged underwater. Very brave man. Then they baited the water and waited for the show to begin. And suddenly, the shark appears, and the sheer size of it is just breathtaking. After grabbing the bait, it breaches the surface, showing its full power and gargantuan presence. Australian news anchors were left speechless after this footage aired. One stated, "I'm never going in the water again." And if you ever hear an Aussie say they're never going to the beach or the water because of a giant shark, just listen to them. You know that shark's got to be big. All that said, I've been your host, James, and I'll catch you, yes, you specifically, in the next video.